Man, we got to talk about Master P, man. Master P been getting some backlash from fans responding to his comments he made about just harping on slavery or whatnot and thinking that, that negative mindset got to get out the culture and, it's a thing of the past and we just got to move forward and just look towards the future. And, he caught a lot of backlash for this and he responded back with, another comment on it after the backlash. We're gonna, talk about both of them. We're gonna react to both of them. I haven't seen this. I was saving this to make a video on it. Without further ado, let's get into it, man. Welcome to No Cap No Filter. I'm your host Marty G, back at y'all with another episode of Running With You. And today, Master P is the topic of discussion.
Somebody look like us, say, hey, how come we don't own our own tennis shoe when Nike started out of their garage? Like Phil Knight started out of his garage. And I tell people all the time, look, it's not about a color. Like, think about it. Even though when I help Black owned business, I'm doing that because we at the bottom of the totem pole. But we want to create product for everybody. This product is for everybody, Blacks, white, Asian, Latino. But you don't have too many Black owned companies. Like, show me how many Black owned tennis shoe companies out there that's making functional shoes that actually own it. It's not that many. It's a problem.
Yeah.
So when I find a problem, my passion get like, I need to do this. I got to show the world. In the food industry, I realized that we didn't have enough healthy alternative foods for us. So I found a problem. I created Miller Family Food. I said, well, I got to make healthy alternative food, snacks, everything.
Is that based out of New Orleans?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so I was inspired by going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And, in the Black Wall Street, 1920, what happened to our people. And it's like you had so many successful, rich Black people, and it was burned down. But I met this guy that owned a grocery store called Oasis.
Yeah, A.J. Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put my food in your grocery store and I'm going to support you. We support all these other companies. But why not support Oasis and AJ?
He's doing good stuff in the community. And what you know about that store, as I've been down there, is that the predominantly of that area that's white is poor individuals, who, and so I love the work that he's doing. But when you think about, again, being yourself, what's been the biggest surprise of the stardom? I mean, you've been in this game for a very, very long time. What's been the biggest surprise about it all?
All right, we ain't get to the slavery comments yet. So far, what he said, I ain't really got a problem with it. Master P, he's one of the ultimate hustlers when it comes to hip hop. He done did it all. He done rap. He did movies. He done played a little bit of basketball in the NBA. So he's one of those, street heroes, if you will. Now, when it comes to entrepreneurship, yes, it's cool to make $1, but sometimes it's just all about $1. It ain't just doing it for, the well-being, or it ain't doing it because you just genuinely want to help. It's just about $1. That's why a lot of people like non-profit organizations, because they really doing it from the heart. They ain't trying to profit off this at all. And a lot of people feel like over the years, Master P has been kind of grifting or, get mad at when people don't support whatever service he's trying to pull or whatever product he's trying to put out. I know he had those shoes, the Moneyattis. A lot of people wasn't really feeling them. Sometimes when it comes to Black people, I think it ain't so much as, we don't want to support you because you Black. It's just, we just probably not feeling your product or your service, and I think Master P, he would try to shame you for not supporting him because he Black. And sometimes it's just the way he marketed things. Like I remember when he came out with I Got the Hook Up Too. He said, this is the funniest movie ever. When I seen that movie, I was just ashamed. I felt secondhand embarrassment. Like that was one of the worst movies I ever seen. And this is coming from a fan of I Got the Hook Up 1. Like I actually went to the movies and went seeing that at the movie on Canal Street a long time ago when it first dropped. And how he was just talking about I Got the Hook Up Too, how it's the funniest movie ever. That was such a bad, terrible movie, and he just rushed it, put so many different comedians in it and influences. It was just all over the place with the storyline. It was just terrible. And if people don't want to support that, you can't fault them just because you black and they black and try to shame somebody. And I think that's what people just don't liking from P over the years. And like I say, man, he's the ultimate hustler. He can't stop hustling, even though I feel like he's at a position where he could fall back. But a lot of people feel like he lost a lot of money, so that's why he's doing all these things.
Our own culture don't believe that we could do it, because that they just don't get it. They're like, how you could do this? I mean, like, if I could do it, anybody could do it. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You just got to have integrity and do good business. And these doors will open up for you, building great relationships. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, trying to get that negative mindset out of our culture, because they still going back to, oh man, slavery, they did us this. And I'm like, you still harping on that, man. I never harped on that, because I can't change the past, but I can change the future. And I think you got to get used to us being successful. And I think a lot of us, we block our own blessings because we don't think that we could do it because we're looking at a color. So, I mean, Muhammad Ali was a guy that, and I love like his story, because he didn't care about that. He just wanted to be around good people, but he did represent for the culture. Right. And I want more African-American owned tennis shoe companies. I don't want this just to be me. I want so many different product brands owned by us, but making it for everybody. Because think about it, when other cultures make products, they don't make it for them, they make it for everybody. And so I want that mindset of our people. If I could change that, that's the way we're going to bridge the wealth gap.
What's been the biggest negative surprise of it all? The biggest negative surprise of the stardom?
Our people can't work together. Think about when I go down Rodale Drive and see all these stores. They're owned by all the same kind of looking people. None of them fighting. None of them caring about what each other have or got. And I love that. I want to see that for our culture and our people. That's why I fight to educate our culture and our people, because we got to get on that page. Like, if we get on that page, we're going to be dangerous, because we spend $1 trillion a year.
2.1 trillion.
2.1 trillion. Think about it. And we don't own nothing. And we make 0.1% of black CEOs in Fortune 500 companies, but we spending all the money.
Okay, so P basically is saying, we got to get out this victim mentality. I know a lot of black people who share the same ideology, and I agree. I do think a lot of people have to get out the victim mentality. Certain stuff was so long ago, and over the years, we got to just, start doing better for ourselves. And I agree, but I also is not just going to be ignorant to the fact that it is, systematic racism in place to make it harder for us. It's not impossible, but it is much harder for us. And I do think that, the Willie Lynch letters, and I do think a lot of stuff over time has really, been set in stone over generations to have this curse on us, and everybody not going to be saved. Everybody not going to wake up. Everybody not going to see it is the same as people like Master P. And I do think certain people make excuses. I do think certain people are being lazy, and I do think certain people are too dependent on the government and things of that nature. Instead of finding out a way to make it, they're going to find out a way to make an excuse, and I don't really just see too much wrong with Master P is saying right here. I've been seeing a lot of backlash he's been getting over these comments, but I think that for the most part, he just saying that we can do better, because black people, it's hard for us to just work things out and just, build. Like, all our stuff is just built around negativity. If you go on Shannon Sharp podcast, you go on Vlad, show, you see all these black entertainers, and the main things that go viral is them talking down on another black entertainer, and now everybody's waiting on the next black entertainer response. That is all that goes down in our culture, and I don't think that be happening in other cultures. You look at Zeus Network, you look at all the degenerate streamers, like everything about our culture is just glorified with negativity and talking down on the next black man or the next black woman. It's hard for us to work together without trying to pocket watch. It's hard for us to, lift each other up and just help one another. Let's see what he had to say about his response to all the backlash. Okay, here's the video right here. Let me get to it.
What's up, y'all? For the ones in the back that can't hear, stop making them false narratives. I love my people. When you talk about slavery, our ancestors been through so much and we're not going to forget it. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to tell y'all is, even though we're going to always be aware of it, but we have to do something to bridge the wealth gap. That's what I'm saying. We can't change the past, but we can change the future. And we're going to constantly fight and educate our people. But I want to let y'all know, Apple is making $32 million an hour. How do we get a piece of that? Because we need to be able to bridge the wealth gap. That's the only thing I'm saying. And that's the only way it's going to happen. We got to educate our people and educate our culture. And that's what I'm doing. What's up, y'all?
I seen a lot of people, making their statements on what he was talking about. I seen people say the only reason he made it was because, he got left with, some money that his grandfather had for him. He was basically lucked up, but I don't really believe in all that. I think Master P has so much of a hustler spirit, so much of a hustler mindset. He would have still made a way. He would have still made a way. Master P is genuinely a one of one when it comes to hustlers, bro. Like, you can't discredit this man hustle. Like, this dude was putting out albums damn near every week when he started No Limit. He went out there to the West Coast, had a solid foundation out there, came back down south. Like, he really did his thing when it came to No Limit. Did he have some few lucky breaks? Yes, but everybody got to have a lucky break. Everybody got to be in the right room at the right time. Everybody got to, everybody got to have some type of lucky break in their journey, All I feel like is the man is saying we can't change the past, we can change the future. We the number one consumers. We the number one consumers, and we don't really own much. That's backwards. Will Smith already said, Black people are the only people that spend a lot of money on things that they can't afford to impress people that they don't even like. We spend money on things that we don't need, that we can't afford to impress people that we don't even like. So I don't really just see what's wrong with all the backlash that he's getting. I think a lot of people are just hearing certain things and they taking certain things out of context, But I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section, man. Let me know how y'all feeling about what Master P said. Am I tripping? If he says something that I didn't really catch and you want to prove me otherwise, put it down in the comment section on what I'm not catching, Let me know your feelings and your thoughts down in the comment section below, man. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, what you waiting on? Until next time, I'm out.